Coach, what attracted you to this job, Coach Lostenangle, this staff, and what have you kind of felt about this staff so far as y'all have meshed together and started work?
Everything. I mean, Texas A&M speaks for itself when you talk about just tradition and resources, campus, everything, and then Coach, obviously, his reputation and all the other coaches' reputation is, you want to be around who you perceive are the best. So I'm going to learn a lot from these guys. I'm really excited to do it.
How well known did you know these names of these other guys that you're working with now, and maybe could you put in perspective how much of a powerful staff this is that Coach Loss put together?
I knew their names very well, obviously. Nolan at LSU, done a great job recruiting. I've played against Nate. It's going to be cool not to play against him. He was at Oregon State, and those teams were pretty good, and then really good here at U of A. And then actually played against TCU in 2017, my first year coaching college baseball against Coach Loss. So, yeah, I mean, those guys' names speak for themselves, and I just, want to hold up my end.
What is it about Nate's staffs that really stick out and are kind of hallmarks of the guys that he puts together?
A lot of strikes and stuff and taking guys. I saw him. He obviously had his guys that were like, the dudes that are supposed to be good, but you saw him develop guys throughout the years too, and those guys ended up being doing a really good job. So he, when you went against Coach Yeski, that you had to have your stuff together because he's always prepared. So it's always good to compete against him, but I'm really glad not to. So.
What do you know about the environment that Olsen Field is like when it gets going? What have you heard about?
Well, I heard about the bubbles yesterday, so I'm excited about that. So I watched a lot of games on ESPN Plus when I could, and I'm still learning. But I'm really excited to be in this environment. I like the Pac-12; it was cool, but the environments weren't the SEC, and the SEC was such a huge draw for anyone, and especially me, just to play in these crowds and atmospheres and everything. All the things that go into it are really exciting.
When you talk about, the staff, and you have Coach Yeski in the Pacific Northwest for a long time, and you in that Pac-12 area, and then Coach Kane over, y'all have a pretty large footprint of recruiting ties and pipeline. Is that correct?
Yeah. I think we can cover a lot of the national scene, but obviously I think on the recruiting front, you want to try to win the state of Texas and then go grab guys from here and there. So, yeah, we got a good footprint around, but obviously with, coaches' ties here in Texas and us coming here, we're trying to obviously win this state and then, grab people from all over the country because we want to get the best players no matter where they're at.
You're giving yourself an opportunity to kind of think about two teams that you could face next year are playing in the College World Series Championship Series right now, and what's that going to be like? You talked about being excited to be in the SEC.
Right. There it is. There's your answer right there. SEC, 2 teams. I think they've won, 8 out of the last 13. I feel like I heard on TV, something like that. So, yeah, that's what it is. That's the standard here. And, every day I think Coach said in his first interview, there's not going to be a second. He's not trying to make this program better, and the goal is national championships. So that's, I guess, the telescope goal, and then we got to do everything day-to-day right to get to that. So very exciting.
Have you had a chance to visit with current players, and do you look at tape from last season? And, is it kind of one of those deals that even watching baseball, you're always looking at someone swing? And
yeah, right now I'm trying to develop the relationship with the guys. So I've called every player that's coming on the phone and just had quick talks with them, kind of just getting them excited, and they're getting me excited. And so I've looked at some of the swings, but right now it's kind of I just got here yesterday, so yeah, I've seen a lot of the guys. I've been talking to Logan Britt a lot, and a few of the other guys, and just starting that relationship and starting dialogue, and then when they get here, really dive into it and get into the baseball stuff.
Anything else for Coach? Alrighty, thanks again.